happy to see this star-studded lineup we have today, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy T Streams, all the way up in Detroit, where it's really, really cold, is making his return back to the Life Game Avengers, a current culture. Is T Streams in the middle? Is my boy B Avery on the end? I don't know where Larry is at, but y'all know he's going to show up and he's going to probably bring a lock and the key. Fellas, how y'all doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing wonderful, man. I'm doing wonderful.
It's good to have you Kings back on this channel. I mean,
fantastic.
You know, it's good to have you guys back on the channel. And you guys know what we're talking about tonight. Tonight, we're talking a whole lot about what's going on with power. But before we do that, I want to do a little bit of our reconnaissance for some of my people that follow the real estate. B. Avery, he's getting into the real estate. He's got him some portfolios. And I got a bunch of people that hit me up on a day-to-day basis. And I just wanted to show something that happened today. So B. Avery, you're interested in looking at a stock I recommended that I do own. This one right here, BEP, Brookfield Energy Renewables. I got 75 shares. I pulled no punches. When I make a recommendation, I buy it. But for my brother out there, Howard McQuarters, I sent you an email about this stock right here, Stitch Effects, last week on Wednesday. And when I got in last week on Wednesday, this is how much I paid, $52.23. This is what the stock is the next Monday. So when I send you guys good stuff, you got to run with it. You got to run with it and go ahead and grab them. I'm not going to be in this one long term. If I ever notice that my profit is going back closer to 1,000, I'm getting out, but I'm going to ride this bad boy till the wheels fall off of it going north of $1,000. But just wanted to show this to my people that's keeping up with their portfolios, following my portfolio. These are some good plays you should be trying to make right now. And of course, Disney right here is having a pullback, which I told you guys it would have a pullback. And when this thing gets back into the 150s, that's when you guys jump on it and you make yourself a buy. So
will do. Duly noted. Duly noted. I am listening. I am all ears.
All right. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen. He's here. I told y'all, CPT time.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, man, my camera's been tripping lately. I don't know if it's my camera or it's my cam link, but it's been tripping lately. And I've been trying to get a new camera, but apparently everybody and their mom has been trying to get a new camera too, and it's sold out everywhere. So
what kind of camera you want? You want like a computer plug-in HD camera, or what you need?
Now I'm thinking about I'm just looking at getting a Sony A7S III.
Oh,
yeah.
Them special Negroes, excuse me.
You know? I'm just trying to keep up with y'all. I'm trying to, because we have the special Negro that sees all the movies early over here, and then we have T Streams that's got all the ladies loving him, and he's got more businesses than a Jamaican
Negro. He don't want giving out binoculars and laser pointers and projectors and 8K displays and stuff for free. Yeah,
I'm just trying to spread the love so I can be like y'all,
man.
You know.
He giving away cars.
I know, man, giving away cars. So
yeah,
T Streams is over there with the mobile Dave and Buster's up in there.
Oh my God! Oh my God. Larry, you ain't had to play the man out like that. Now, come on, man.
Hey,
man, have you seen this set up on Facebook, dude? Stuff is legit.
Man. I saw it.
He's got people up there doing the whole. He's got them up there doing the whole virtual reality thing on the sidewalk. He's got the bus that pulls up with the awning, and you gotta see. Man, I looked around, I saw like this tape wrapped around these kids with these big goggles on their face playing virtual reality right there in the street. How many young black kids you think get to do that around this country? Man. I'll tell you how many. The ones in his neighborhood. That's how many.
Hey, now tell you what though, man, we getting ready to get our next bus, and next year we franchising, homeboy.
There you go. See, okay. See, there it is.
Nice,
big time. Larry, you can't get one,
so I can get those early shares.
Right.
Right.
Right. All right, fellas. Let me shout out everybody that's following us. Tressa C, your man is back in the building. T Streams. The only time she watched this channel is for her trying to figure out if you are here or not. My folks, be more careful. Moochella the Mooch.
So Moochie.
Sharif, Buzz, Support Gaming, Mike Willie. Let's get on into it,
So
fellas.
Lamont.
Yep. Yes, sir.
We had just you and I just got used to getting some of the attention from the females in here, and then here comes T Streams back.
I know.
It's like he was watching, saying, I can't let these brothers get but so far. Let me go ahead and pop back in there.
But Larry, let's talk about how much of a shame it is. We don't see T Streams for 3 months. We get our numbers up with the ladies. He pops in for 1 day, show his head, and then take all our women. We got to start over and go 3 months.
Start from scratch.
Start from scratch. It's a damn thing.
You see how they do me, man? I thought these guys love me.
He comes in here smoothed out, bald head. He's all grizzled up with his beard, man.
Yeah, I decided to throw it out, man. Just a little bit, gang.
Oh my God. Well, fellas, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive on into this. We are talking about the things that happen on Power, episode 7, entitled Sex Week. And before we get into it, you know I got a clip. Now, there was one young lady who should have won an Oscar if they'd made Oscars for TV series. And I'm going to let you guys look at it and you make the decision yourself. The way she was able to convey emotion, to convey conjecture, it was a thing of beauty, and y'all should give this woman respect.
I'm not sleeping with Tariq St. Patrick. I know you gave him that weird extra credit assignment, but this card is an admission of guilt. You know, I feel for Melissa. I was like her when we met. Young and impressionable. So charmed by your talent, your stamina. Now I can turn this into the administration. You can respect my boundaries. Stay out of my business.
She is a fine woman. She is fine.
Ooh,
Oh,
come on, son.
Oh,
I saw that. See, I just wanted to be like, come on, son. Come on, Professor Megram, whatever you. I mean, come on, Carrie. Yeah, she was on some bullish right there, man.
Really?
How you gonna come up there acting like all high and mighty, all self-righteous? You can hand this card out. This doesn't mean anything. I'm not sleeping with Tariq. You still sleeping with a student? It doesn't matter if it's Tariq or somebody else. You still sleeping with a student. You can't sit up there and try and act all righteous.
And you act as if Jabari ain't.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't sit up there and try and act all.
I'm disappointed in both of them, to be honest with you.
I'm more disappointed in Jabari because Jabari started out doing this. This is how he got Professor Megram in the first place. So if you're going to start the onus from the chain of events, it starts with Jabari, crazy, stalkerish ass, sitting in the car looking like a little old bitch because she done moved on. That's where it started.
Who's with me out there? Throw up your locks and keys.
No,
throw up your locks and keys.
Do not throw up no locks and keys.
Who's out there with me? Throw up your locks and keys.
No locks and keys.
I will get to Professor Milgram in a second, but Lamont, I gotta agree with you, man. Jabari was whack as hell in this episode, man. He lost all my respect, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was salty.
Just sitting there crying and whining like a little just bitch. Just, I mean, he was literally pouting like this, like, I'm like, bro, come on, you a grown man.
He wasn't whining and crying like a little bitch. He was whining and crying like a Too Short, like a bitch. I mean, this dude looked. Did you see that evil eye he gave when she was over there talking to Tariq? He was looking like, I'm gonna kill this nigga. Not only can he write better than me, he's taking my woman. This dude was like a little bitch. I was like, come on, Jabari.
It was pathetic.
He was out of there.
Go ahead, Tasha.
He was out of there.
So let me tell you, Professor Megram sent me a picture. She sent me the picture that really sent Jabari off. She sent me this right here because she said, Mr. Tyson, I love your YouTube, and I love how you defend me when they want to throw up locks and keys and doorknobs. So she sent me this picture to say, this is what made Jabari run out of that little house like he was Drew other boyfriend. That's what happened.
I love how they have the horny goat on there.
You see that?
That's great.
That's the Stansfield horny goat.
Seriously. Yeah, I'm really disappointed how they did him, man. Just from the very jump when Tariq found out that he didn't get the he won one of the 5 finalists. And just because she was having a conversation with him in the hallway, it's not like she was giving him a hug or kissing Tariq on the cheek. It was a conversation. And he getting his feelings hurt. I'm like, bro, you're crazy. Huh?
Yeah. But they was playing. He had like that broad like character from the jump. I sensed in him as soon as I saw him on TV looking like Tank, and I just like I don't know about this guy here. Yeah.
I mean, and who shows up to a woman's house unannounced and begs? I mean, if you're gonna do it, but you go, come on, Carrie, please, Carrie. I got the food.
Please, like, Carrie, please.
I mean, I've made some mistakes in my dating life before, but I've never, ever done anything remotely close to that. So
and here's the thing.
Dude does look like Tank, though.
Yeah.
I've heard of brothers will show up to a chick house if you think you got them under the thumb far enough that when y'all mad with each other, you've been able to weasel back somehow, some way. Right. But I always tell brothers, if you know you have that kind of power over a woman and she digs in, she ain't letting you in the house, she not making your coffee offers anymore, somebody else is putting creamer in her damn black coffee, and you just need to go on about your business. Don't look weak. He looked weak because he looked very weak. As a matter of fact, he looked weak the moment he plagiarized Tariq's paper.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, come on, man. I was done with him at that point in time. But that's just
what's interesting.
What's that?
Is that Professor Milgram, I guess they can pronounce it Milgram. She really sort of gave herself away with Zeke when she told her, told him, it's looking like, because he was saying, I want you to meet my Aunt Monet, and she was saying, oh, we should talk about this, blah, blah, blah. I think you should probably go to the Q party and go do your thing and whatever, because it's not going to look right. It's going to look suspicious otherwise. I think she's letting him know in that sense, I like you a lot and I want to keep being with you. So I'm gonna let you go do your thing in public so that I can be with you. I think she sort of revealed herself because he's up there getting sprung, and I think that she's up there probably getting a bit sprung too. And I think if he actually went to that damn Q party, man, she would have been butthurt. She might have showed her ass up there looking for him.
I don't know about that. Shout out Tyrone Graves. Shot the brothers a super chat. And when you send us a super chat, we give you guys a funny video clip to take a look at. And T-Strings, you ain't been back in so long. We actually have new ones for people to look at. So here's a new one.
What, you don't think I can write them books? Just because I'm blind don't mean I'm dumb.
How could this have happened? A black white supremacist.
Show us your face. We want to see your face. Who said that? You want to see my face? Clayton, go on, brother.
He was the only Negro we'd ever had around here. So we figured we'd make it easier on Clayton by just telling him and all the other blind kids that he was white.
Don't be afraid.
It's crazy.
Tyrone Gray.
That just gives me every time, man. That woman that clutches her husband like, oh my God.
Like, that damn Dave Chappelle. Golly.
Yeah, man. So along with all the stuff that happened with Professor Carrie, we definitely gonna come back to Zeke and his whipped ass. If you want to know where you can find Zeke, not in the NBA. In aisle number 7, that Piggly Wiggly, the Ready Whip aisle. That's where you can find his little young whip dad said in the Ready Whip. We're gonna come back to him.
But I'll say this: I'm not mad at him for being whipped because look at who he's whipped with. I mean, if you're gonna get whipped, that's how you get whipped. Don't get whipped over some little 19-year-old chick. Like I would hate to see Tariq get whipped over Lauren. That's just some BS. But you get whipped over Professor Megram. All right, do that.
I'm more disappointed. I'm more disappointed with her. I'm still pissed off by that. You know, like come on. But I mean, hey, I don't know. I wanted those. If Zeke was going to hit it, man, I kind of just wanted him to work for it a little bit harder. You know, she just gave it up, like you say, locks and keys.
Oh my God! No, now y'all got him, Lord.
Man, it's crazy.
Be more careful, man.
It's crazy.
Oh my Lord, y'all done got him in on the conspiracy now, man. Golly. Damn it, y'all.
Yeah. I will say this, Brandon. No, I'm glad, even though he didn't have to work for it, I'm glad that he seems to be treating her with some respect. He's not treating her like a hoe. So even though he didn't have to work for it, he's not acting like he's not taking her for granted. It doesn't seem like.
No,
I give you that.
Hey, man, right. And when you older. When you older like that, when you mess with an older woman, they know some tricks now.
This is true.
Boy.
This is true.
I mean, have an ant eating salt. You better watch your back. That's why, boy. Let's get on with it, yo. We've got
it's a little it's a little more prevalent now. That stuff wasn't going. I didn't really see that kind of stuff going on when I was in college and school. If so, it's straight missed me. It missed me. Huh?
Wow.
Not when I went. It straight missed me.
Oh, I seen it in my high school and my college. I mean, just as a matter of fact, a guy from my high school who used to work as a guidance counselor got fired like 5 years ago, and I've been out of high school since '99 because he was messing around with girls, and one of these chicks wanted to marry him, and he was like, "Nah, I can't do that." So she wound up telling, and and not only did she tell, she had detailed records of everything that happened with him. So he couldn't get in trouble for what happened with her because it was past the statute of limitation. But what that did do was open up an investigation. Is he messing around with somebody currently? And that's how he took him down. So I see it. So let's go back to the first scene of this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know how y'all felt because I've seen some people upset about this. How did y'all actually feel about your boy Kane teaming up with GTG and then going and robbing the church?
He's the devil, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's stupid. You know, he not marked up the right way. Showing his tattoos. That's why he got hemmed up. Okay. I'm disappointed in him.
That whole thing was just sort of. I'll be honest with you, man. From a story standpoint, it just seemed really weak and contrived. I mean, I just don't buy the fact that he walked over there with all them GTG dudes, delivered the beat down of that dude's life, probably put that dude in a coma. And then they put him out, and then they put GTG out of business. And them dudes are just gonna be cool with him. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, we're cool. Let's go hang out and go rob somebody together." I'm not buying that. Like, if it had been Kane by himself, I would have been like, "Okay, dude got real desperate." But I just don't. Yeah, to me, I just don't buy that you go hook up with your enemies that there's still fresh wounds. And you decide of all places to go rob, you decide to go rob a church. You know?
What you think about it, T-Stream?
Yeah, I think that was a buster move. And then too, it, like Larry said, it didn't match, even though Kane is sort of a loose cannon, it didn't quite match his personal character, you know. He's more so on the grimy side of a minor street boss. And, you know, you're just not doing little petty church stick-ups, you know what I'm saying? And then with him, you know, he up here, he's sporting that $10,000 Louis Vuitton jacket. It was no way he was going into a small little local church and hitting the lick, you know, that would have made sense. You know, it didn't make sense. So so I think it was a buster move for him. And hopefully they don't have him doing too much more of that, you know, that kind of stuff. Keep him as a lower level street boss, and let him build that way, not doing little petty robberies.
Yeah, so you know what would have made sense if they for a robbery?
My review last night, I said that look, if he gets so emotionally unbound by getting beat up by his daddy, by being disavowed by his mama, that he go rob a church wearing a damn COVID mask, it just proves he's a hothead, like I said. Right. He's not ready for the big time. He can't be nobody's boss. And last week they was trying to tell me and Larry that he was smart. He could be the boss. He could be teaming up with 2-Bit. I was like, no, he
not
can't.
Even close.
He can't.
Not even
and
close.
He just proved it last night. Well, go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as far as if they were gonna have him rob somebody, I think it would have made more sense if he would have basically acted like a stick-up kid and robbed another drug dealer. Because they know all the drug dealers out there. They know where, you know, they know where people are, who's who has what. It would have made more sense if he would have went and robbed a drug dealer instead of robbing a church. That just doesn't. I mean, because you rob a drug dealer, the drug dealers aren't going. They're not going to go and call the cops. And even if he did rob him, if they found out who it was that robbed him, they're going to think twice about going after him because of who he is. So, because even if they feel like we have to go after dude because he's, you know, he robbed me, I got to go get at Kane. Well, if they shoot and kill Kane, now you have to worry about all the Tejada people coming back on you. And, you know, I'm not sure anybody out there really wants that smoke. So to me, it just didn't make any sense why he would do that. That part was sort of silly and contrived. It was just, I didn't like it.
I understand why they did it, but they could have done something else. They basically put that scene in there to show that he was hurting. His dad hurt his feelings, his mama hurt his feelings, and he's upset with his mama because she's letting Tariq get close to the family. He wants to get more of a role in leadership. And he's still upset with his dad, number one, because daddy wants Drew to be the leader. And then when he goes and runs and tell on mommy, you know, mama done told daddy that Kane put them hands on me. He beats up Kane for putting hands on his wife. And that was just him lashing out. Would y'all have felt like they was being racist if they had Kane go rob a liquor store?
I mean, we see that he's a hothead. They're definitely going way overboard trying to show us that. I mean, it's to the point where it's like, come on, people, don't treat us like we're dumb. We get it. I mean, it's like you have the scene where he goes and gets upset and elbows his mom in the head, and then he goes up there. He goes and kidnaps some 2 white boys and puts them on the track like they're a couple of hoes. Yeah, you know, and now he's up there robbing a church. We get it. He's a hothead. It's like, I mean, you don't need to force feed us that. I mean, just show us 1, maybe 2 if you need to, but 3 such obvious things. It's sort of ridiculous. It's way over the top now. I mean, they're making it seem like it's so much like he's such a hothead and so unpredictable and so emotional that I can't even believe that if he was like this, that his mom would put him in charge of the things that she has put him in charge of. I don't see her doing that because he would be too unpredictable and too unreliable for her to feel comfortable doing that. So not only have they sort of were trying to make their point, they overmade their point to the point where I don't believe it anymore. I don't believe that they would have him in place when he's this much of an emotional hothead.
Yeah, and his hard exterior is really just shedding off for me, especially the scenes where his sister Deanna came looking for him at one of his girls' house, and you know he came down there by the door. Yeah. Just like, you know, Mama, you know, we need you. Mom needs you too. And he's like, oh, did she really say that? And I'm just like, wow, your true colors are really showing here. You know what I'm saying? You know, you soft on that, you're hard on the outside, soft on the inside. I don't know. It's just another thing that was disappointing to me.
Could he be a mama's boy? You think he's got a little mama's boy in him? Apparently, he showed that at the door. Did she really send you down here? You know, I mean,
You know,
Yeah, for real.
I'm
That
just
is how he
saying.
sounded.
I mean, that's what he did. I didn't do this. I didn't write the story. That's what they did.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. But y'all, there's another situation we got going on, and we've made these predictions about who's gonna die. And if you got little children watching, tell them to close their eyes. What we gonna do about this situation right here?
I'm glad that she's out of there. I hope that she don't come back.
what? Not done yet.
No, she ain't done, bro. Do you honestly think she's in the catch-22, Brandon? And let me tell you why. She done been put on the case by her her Aunt Nancy. And now that she done been put on the case, she done fell in love for the sidekick of the person she's supposed to be investigating. And he done got his clitoris game together finally after a couple of tries. And now she's in love. He talking about he in love. Yes, he broke up with her. But do you think this chick is really about to go without a fight? Hell no. She ain't going without a fight.
Yeah.
So
Now,
T-Strings, I'm
there's
gonna
a
give it
couple
to
of
you.
things with that.
Let me give
There's
it
a
to
couple of
T-Strings
things.
first,
One-
Larry. T-Strings, what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do?
I think she's going to try to play Brayden, but I think it's going to ultimately backfire. I don't know why. I don't really know why Tariq didn't let him know that, hey, her uncle is the feds.
Oh,
I think that would have had a bigger impact than maybe letting them, telling them about, the her trying to hit on him or whatnot.
mhm.
But I think she may. I don't know if they're gonna knock her off just yet,
Mhm.
but I can almost feel that she'll probably be one of the next 2 or 3 to go.
Okay. Larry, interject, baby.
So this is part of the reason why I think that they didn't have Tariq say that her uncle Nancy was a Fed, because I think that right now Brayden's like, okay, we're done with her. I'm done with her, but I think she's not done with him, and so she's gonna keep trying to get back with him. And right when she gets to the point where she goes and tells him everything that happened, maybe she can really sit down with him and say, look, this is what happened. I meant to give you the drug or something, and instead it actually ended up being Tariq. And that was an accident. So what your brother saw wasn't me trying to get with Tariq. It was me trying to prevent him from whatever, because he wasn't supposed to have that drug. So maybe she talks to him, tells him the truth. And right when he gets to the point where he's ready to believe her, Tariq comes in, whack, her uncle's a Fed and he's watching us. And now Brayden has to go and ask her, is this true? And now she's forced with this. Now she's confronted with this situation where he's like, I was just about to start believing you again, and I caught you in another lie. And now I'm never going to believe you. And she's gone for good. She's gone for good because he's done with her, or she's gone for good because Brayden is like, oh, this bitch has got to die because I'm not going to jail for her. I
don't know about that one, man. I don't see that happening at all. You think that she's gonna try to tell the truth to Brayden? That's gonna make it worse. I know I drugged Tariq, but I was trying to drug you. Is she gonna say that to Brayden?
I mean, maybe she'll put it a little bit differently. I don't think she's gonna tell him I think she's gonna sort of tell him the truth. I think
it's gonna make it worse. Now I do agree with you. I do feel that she's gonna try to continue to pop back in the show and get into the graces and be like, hey baby, it was this, it was that, but I don't think she's gonna be honest and just be like, yeah, I was trying to drug you. And what is her reasoning going to be? Because my uncle Sax is trying to bust Tariq, because Brayden is in the drug game too. That's gonna send him under as well. So that's gonna raise the red flag even higher. Just like, oh, we got to stay away from her. Brayden's gonna feel that way, and Tariq. That's just the way I feel. Now
they could have her flip, and I think this would fit into the story a little better. They could have her flip, and her love of Brayden actually gets her to come clean with as much truth as she can, and then she somehow or another lets them know that, yes, Nancy is her uncle, but instead of working with Nancy, they feed Tariq and Brayden information until eventually something happens and they have to kill her. But they dropped that girl in here to be a crossroads for something. It's just a matter of who is she going to double cross? Is she going to double cross Nancy, or is she going to double cross Brayden and Tariq? Now, it seems like she's truly in love with Brayden, and I just don't see her leaving Brayden alone just like that. And then it could be a situation where maybe she's a scorned woman, and no matter what she does, if she thinks she's going to be hanging around Tariq and Brayden, she's going to have to get back in good with Brayden. There's just no way around that. Or Nancy's not going to have any more use for her. So I still think she's going to die, though. So you fellas still think she's going to die?
Yeah, I think she's out of there, but I'm not exactly sure or who. But I honestly think it's still going to be Brayden that does her, because I can't imagine that, because if Tariq does her, that's going to be a rift between those two that can never be fixed.
Right.
And I don't think the writers want that rift between those two yet. I think they still want them working together. And we already see that Brayden's willing to be sort of a little bit, a little sensitive, get a little butthurt over a girl. So we know that there's a rift can come, but something can come between those two. Because for the longest, they made it look like nothing would ever come between these two. These dudes were like Ace Boone Coons, when nothing could, no girls, money, nothing was going to get between them. And now we're seeing that something can get between them. So, but I don't think they're going to let that happen just yet. So I think what's going to happen is that Brayden's going to have to end up killing her, and it's going to make him more, just that much more entrenched in the game.
Now, you guys know who could kill Riley and then be tied up with the police and get tied up with Cooper Saxe because he knows something that's going on? Brayden's brother, Trace. He could wind up killing Riley for however they spin the story in that direction. Then he's tied up with Cooper Saxe because he knows what's going on with Brayden. He's already been kidnapped. Rico Suave told him not to go to police. And he sees Brayden and Riley getting too close. He don't really care for Riley because she dissed him because he tried to come on to her. And I could see a situation where Trace winds up killing her, and then he's under the thumb of Nancy, and it could just be a complete clown show. Complete clown show.
Who y'all dislike more, Riley or Trace?
Oh, Trace for me. I mean, like my wife rolled her eyes at me when I said he went racial last night, talking about after he had to pull the sheets up from Tariq and Riley being in the bed. She was like,
I would have said Trace before the last episode, but the last episode, I really got to see that he was that push comes to shove, he's still sort of a guy's guy. Is still sort of legit in some ways because he wants to get rid. He wants Tariq out of his little brother's life. He does not. He thinks that whatever Tariq has gotten Brayden into, he doesn't realize how much Brayden is in it for himself. But he thinks that all that Brayden's into is strictly because of Tariq. And even with all that, he was still really honest about what he saw, and because he could have just told, like when he went to his brother, when Brayden went to him, he could have just lied and been like, "Nah, Tariq was trying to get at her. I saw Tariq pushing up on her and blah blah blah," and that would have put that rift between Brayden and Tariq, and Brayden would have been like, "Deuces, I'm out, homie. I can't deal with you." He could have done that, but instead he said, "Nah, she was pushing up on him. I saw it with my own eyes. I was there. I saw it." And, because for all he knows, that's what he did. Trace walked in the room. He saw what looked like a compromising position, and he was like, okay, whatever, and was like boned out. So, at least he was still honest about that. That says something. It also says something when how quickly he realized who he was messing with and how he's afraid of his little brother now. Because he came in and called his little brother by whatever that little insulting name he has for him.
Yeah.
And then he corrected himself. Ooh, I'm sorry. I mean, Brayden.
Well, fellas,
Let's get it right.
there was another situation where we had pure bitch assness going on in this episode. And I'm talking about this guy right here, old Mushmouth Malcolm.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Oh,
Come on, man.
Mega
Oh,
Wax.
that motherfucker.
This is
Fellas, let me tell you something.
cornball.
Let me tell you something, man. First of all, what is the deal with him taking pictures of Lauren in non-compromising positions? I mean, if you're in college and you're on top of a boy and you fully clothed, I don't see no one saying, I'm not going to hire you for that. Then the episode before this, he was taking pictures of her. Then the episode before that, Carrie, why don't you put this guy under your tutelage and teach him how to be a professional photographer? Because that's about all old Mushmouth Malcolm is worth. He's just going to be a professional. And then he's going to have the nerve to say to this girl, hush, the men are talking. I'm going to give it to you first, Larry. I know.
Yeah.
I know Larry was laughing on that part. The men are talking.
I was like, I was watching this. I was like, come on, nigga, really? Really? He's up in there rolling up in the place like he thinks he's like the son of a DuPont or something. Like, like he's one of the masters of the universe, and he's set up with some arranged marriage. It was like, look, dude, she's obviously not into you.
Yeah.
You're up there trying to roll up. First of all, if you have to roll up on your girl like that, all unannounced, and then you catch her in some compromise, because don't get me wrong, if I rolled up on campus to go visit my girl and she's up there, straddling some nigga, I would have been like, yo, I just came through to see you, but apparently there's no more seeing you, and broke out. Because I could tell you right now, I don't know too many girls that would have been cool if they had rolled up and a girl was on top of me like that. I don't know how many girls would be like, yeah, okay, we're good, see you. Nah, he should have just been like, look, this isn't working out, I'm out.
Right,
obviously you got your thing going.
Right.
He should have been like, look, I'm going to take over the world and be president one day. I don't need to worry about this. I'll find somebody else. Apparently you're not who I thought you were and been out. But I mean, and I get his bit of righteousness, the whole I'm not a nigga. I get that whole thing, but it was hilarious when Tariq just walked by him and said, see you later, nigga.
Yeah.
He's sure is what you think, my brother.
You could have easily came out on top, man. All you had to do was, you had every right to be upset if that's, actually your girlfriend, and you just walk into the room and she's, playing wrestle, tickle with somebody that, supposed to be a friend. You have every right to be upset. But the second that you pulled out the phone and started going on with these corny lines and talking about the men are talking and the nigga stuff, like it just went out the door.
Right.
You could have left that whole scene with so much dignity. But you caught your woman cheating and she dissed you. Like that's a slap in the face right there.
Well, he should have learned his lesson the last time he rolled up on the school and caught her. If that don't tell you something, I mean, hey, maybe we're supposed to assume he's young and he's college age and you can't take a hint. We've all been young. We've all probably tried to hang on to someone that in our heart we thought liked us, but their behavior says something different. No matter what she's telling him on the phone, her behavior is telling you, man, dude, she ain't into you.
Right.
She's not.
This dude acting like he's in an arranged marriage or something. He's acting like he's up because we're gonna do big things. I want you to see how you're looking and blah blah. I'm assuming this dude is rich. I'm assuming that one of the reasons why he's with her is because of who her parents are and what who she is in this little sort of upper crusty Jack and Jill black society that they're all a part of. But I mean, if you're rich like that, you're balling like that, go find another girl. I'm sure there's more than just Lauren. There's a gang of fine chicks out there. Go find another one.
And there's no chemistry between them either, like
Zero.
at all. Like I doubt that they ever had sex, let alone even kissed. It just seemed like it would be weird.
And him acting like he's coming to America, he's part of the Zamunda family. What do y'all think he's gonna do with them pictures? the only thing he gonna do with them pictures is
That's
try
why.
to use them and give them to the parents to maybe force her not to pay her tuition, whatever you're trying to do. It's just not gonna make this girl be into you. You can bribe her by giving the parents the pictures. The parents say, "Oh, you're partying too much with these dudes we don't like." You can do whatever. It's not gonna force this girl to want to be with you. I mean, bro,
You lost.
back to Zamunda.
You lost.
Yeah, you lost. I mean, there is no win in this situation for him. He should have just been like, "Cool, I'm out. I'm out. That's it." I mean, because you have. I mean, let's just be real. He's sort of a straight edge, corny dude who. I mean, he seemed by all measurable standards, he's doing everything right that people tell you should do. You should look good. You should be fit. You should go to college. You should be respectable. You should do all these different things that people tell you should do. So that you can have a successful life in America. And he's doing all those things, except he's also probably deathly boring. And then here comes Tariq, who's from a family that had some politics and some gangsterism and some drugs. And Tariq never fully has time for her. I mean, girls love that shit. I don't know why. They always say that I want somebody who has time for me until you give them time. Then they're like, "Oh, this nigga's always around." So Tariq never has enough time for her, and he's sort of exciting because he's a little bit mysterious because he's got all these secrets and he's from a family of money too, but he's doing other stuff. I mean, this dude didn't have a chance in hell against Tariq. Tariq is everything that a lot of these little girls want when they're young and dumb. And I mean, to be honest, I mean, Lauren is thirsting for it. She is thirsting. I mean, she hadn't broke up with dude for a day and was already over there with her thing talking about, "Let's go to the Q party together."
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. And not only was she talking about let's go to the Q party together, her ass showed up in her skinnies. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Just waiting at the door. I mean,
Waiting at the door, boy.
Waiting at the door. Like, I'm not going nowhere.
With her robe, her drawers, and a pocket full of condoms. She was ready to go.
No, go ahead.
And I like my Krispy Kreme hot and naked. And that's what was going on at that door.
Yeah.
So there's another person that popped up in this episode that we got to talk about who I think is going to get the strap.
You got me? All right.
This guy right here. Stearns.
Oh, get out of there.
Hold on.
That dude, come on, man. What was he thinking?
He needs to know his place. I started laughing when he tried to charge Tariq up. I was just like, "Are you serious, man? Like, what are you doing?"
He's serious. He was
he just doesn't know.
Bruh.
He just doesn't know.
Drew can handle him. I mean, man.
But here's the problem. He knows a whole lot. He put the app together for Tariq. He's skimming Tariq for about 15 to 20% more than what he should get. He knows the whole inner workings of Tariq's organization. There's only one way you can deal with him. So the question is, who's going to do it? T-Streams, who's going to do it?
Man, I don't really care who do it. He got to go. You know, dude right there is like straight duck for real. He coming in like I don't know if he white, Italian, if he mixed or what, but he coming in like a bogus James Tate. He got to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Larry, what you think about this brother who think he running things?
No, don't call him a brother.
Now,
That's right.
You know, I think there is a little bit of a slicker move that Tariq could do if he wants to, if he needs to get rid of this dude, that have Simon Stearns do it. He can simply go to Simon Stearns because he already has a relationship with Stearns. He can simply go to Stearns and say, "Hey, this business together that we have isn't working out because you're taking too much off the top for me." And Stearns can be like, "Wait a minute, what are you talking about?" And he's like, the business the app that we set up between, when I came to your dude, he said that you had okayed everything. And Tariq can just play it like he thought that Simon Stearns had okayed everything and knew about everything. And the Stearns can realize, "Oh, damn, my man's playing me." And then he can allow Simon Stearns to take dude out.
Okay. And because
Stearns doesn't play when it comes to his money.
Nah, he don't play with his money. And
And
I mean,
and if he sees that this is a successful business that Tariq has going, he might just be like, okay, I'm gonna have to take my man out because he lied to me and he's been stealing from me. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop working start working with Tariq, because Tariq has something special going on there. So I'm gonna keep doing the app with Tariq. I'm just gonna have to do it directly.
Okay. Behavior, what you think about the situation with this bum?
Yeah, good. Yeah, he is just a bum. Just that I'm not taking him seriously at all. He gonna try to ruffle up some feathers, but I think he gonna get knocked down faster than just lightning itself. I mean, I don't know. I don't even. They just don't even need to bring him back in the show no more. He's a non-factor to me. I just don't take him seriously at all. I mean, I would love to see him do that again, and then Tariq kind of just look at him and look down and laugh and keep on going. And yeah, it's just, he's completely out of his place. I don't take him seriously at all, and he's just gonna cause a big mess and embarrass himself.
I hate to be the bearer of probably unpopular news.
No.
I hate to be the bearer of unpopular news, but Reek could always introduce Drew to this guy, and Drew can control him if Drew do what he did to the guy with the Kobe tattoo. I mean, hey, you can't say Tariq ain't about them power plays. He could do it.
Yeah, he's a chess player.
Somebody said they brought all the cornballs out in this episode. Someone in the comment section said that. And you know who I didn't see in this episode? I was really disappointed. Is 2-Bit. They got him out. They made this dramatic exit from jail. Mm-hmm. They had a whole episode that was basically centered around getting him out, and then they didn't even bother for him to show up this episode.
Well, I mean, that goes in line with what they're doing, because they brought this chick back, and I hope we don't see her no more. But what did you guys think about the introduction of Paz, and Paz being a useful idiot for Cooper Saxe? This was one of the first times we could ever say Cooper Saxe actually looked like a decent, sentient human being, because the way he played this woman on that stand, I mean, they could have used him as a damn snake charmer. He would have got a cobra back inside of a basket. He charmed her into saying that Tasha was possibly the queen pin. And look at the look on Tasha's face. Tasha was so distraught. She had to drink some damn water. T-Strings, I give it to you. How did you feel about them bringing Paz back into the story?
I'm seeing something here. Okay, so she's really insignificant to me as far as I'm concerned. I think them bringing her back, letting 2-Bit out, and if you think back when Nancy or Cooper Saxe or whatever his name is was trying to conjure up people who were left, he actually also brought up Kay Egan as well.
Yeah.
And so is one thing that all of those people actually have in common. And I think that those people had to be reintroduced in order for Tommy to come back and have his appearance.
Okay. And look, I got a picture of Tommy waiting for y'all too, because I thought somebody might say Tommy. Now, for me personally, I would love for them to bring Kate Egan. I love that character. That character is so nutty, so bombastic, so off the rocker. I would love to see her being cross-examined on the stand with Method Man and Method McLean and Cooper Saxe. But Larry, I'm gonna give it to you. Thoughts on Paz?
I actually really, really love Paz. I first of all, I think she's hot. When I saw her on Orange is the New Black, I was like, she can catch it. But I like Paz. But here's the thing about Paz. I think some people think she's a trash character. But here's the thing. If you remember the way she talked about them growing up, she was Angela's older sister. And basically she spent all of her life taking care of Angela, and their family put all of their eggs into the Angela basket so that she could be the one that really does something with her life. And she did for the most part. And then she got caught up with Ghost. And all that stuff just went downhill from there. And then she got killed because of her dealings with Ghost. And so I get why Paz is so angry. I get why she's so pissed off, because she's like, our whole family put everything into this girl. And then James St. Patrick just screwed her whole life up and then got her killed. And so I get why she's mad. I get why she's beefing all the time, you know? So I'm not mad at her for that. I'm not mad at her for that at all. She, and I think that when she went up there and testified, I think she testified truthfully. And when she went and visited Tasha in jail afterwards, I think she honestly just did not know what the truth was. I think that she was left when she left the stand after being cross-examined by Meth McClain. I think she honestly and truly was confused about what Tasha might have done or might not have done, and needed to go talk to her and look her in the eye and see what she really believed and what she didn't believe.
Well, by the end of
that,
say it again.
I was asking, so do Tasha tell her?
No, she didn't tell her, but by the end, Paz had already come to the conclusion by the looks on Tasha's face that Tasha knew damn well who killed Ghost. And she wants Tasha to go set herself free. That's basically what he said to her. But when we talk about how Meth McClain and Saxe is trying to stage Tariq, did you guys not see a couple of parallels last night where they kept showing Tariq posted up in the cut, stalking Riley, and it made you think about the way Ghost, when he had an adversary, he would just kind of follow behind him and jog. And then they went and done another parallel where it seems like they're trying to make another question between, this is Tariq and Diana kissing, and then we had the scene where Tariq was kissing Lauren. Does that not make y'all think that we're trying to have a recreation of Ghost picking between Angela and Tasha, with Diana being Tasha and Lauren being Angela?
It could be. It's that same sort of vibe, that same dynamic where you have the hood girl that's street smart and dark skin, and then you have the light skinned chick who's the educated one. That's more so of what he wants later in life when he decides he don't want to be a drug dealer anymore.
Just like Ghost. Ghost. That was what Ghost did too.
I didn't really put that together, but I still wanted to say something about Paz real quick, if that's okay, because I didn't get to chime in. Yeah, I really like Paz. I really, really do. I think that she's a great actress, and she really came through at the last show and this one right here. And I just really, really feel sorry for her, because I think out of all the characters in the whole Power series, dead or alive, she's one of the most innocent that didn't do anything, but is getting, she's hurt the most,
Yeah.
And that's just wrong. I mean, from jump, she was trying to, live a straight and narrow path. She wasn't trying to play games and get over on this person or get over on this person, but it seems like, she's the one that paid the cost more than everybody else. Yeah, Tasha's in jail and she's not, but Tasha was fucking around doing this and that. Paz was trying to stay away from all the fuckery, excuse my French, and so I was really hurt seeing Saxe, take advantage of her in the courtroom, especially after she says, "Look, man, I'm already hurting. I tried to put this part of my life behind me, and you bringing me back into the fold. Just leave me alone." And I really felt her, her performance and all of her emotions in this episode.
Yeah, she did a good job. I mean, there's no doubt on that. She did her thing in this thing, but for a number of reasons, she's not really she's not liked by the Power fans. But I mean, she served a purpose, and not being liked also serves a great purpose to make the story better. You got to have people you don't like. That means that obviously they're doing their job. Hell, ain't nobody like Tariq, and now this series we're trying to move closer to Tariq.
Right.
Some of us are rooting for Tariq.
Right.
Which goes to show, hey, when Courtney Kemp says she got a favorite character, you might need to roll with it.
I'll tell you what's gonna be funny with this series with Tariq is that he's gonna get involved with Diana. He's gonna get involved with Lauren, and he's gonna have both of those girls up there. He's gonna be up there. They're both gonna be jonesing for him, and then Effie's gonna come back, and Effie's gonna be like, "Bitches, he's mine. Be gone." And Tariq's gonna be like, "Well, see y'all. Gotta go."
Well, they said Effie's going to come back next episode, and that's going to, man, that could
you
be.
You still got that Instagram picture of her?
I mean, we follow each other on the gram.
Oh,
look
at you, big time special Negro.
It's
special Negro.
Everybody not able.
No. It's not like that. No. I'm a married man. No.
He was like, we follow each other. You know? He said there was some authority, like, but I got the backhand DM. You know,
I mean, whenever things of power and the sort come up, I mean, we shoot the breeze here and there, but I mean that's about it. And before y'all try to get me off mission, there was another stupid part of this episode last night, man. So the whole reason Diana wanted Kane to be there for the drop-off was so they could have the muscle. Fellas, when have y'all ever known a gangster that's going to show up with your drugs and your product and your money? His ass show up and don't have a gun. All he got is a damn box cutter. Yeah. Fellas, talk about how unrealistic that was. He shows up to drop off cocaine and pills and pick up money. And his ass only comes in there with a box cutter.
The whole thing was stupid. The whole thing was
come on, man.
Not only did he only have a box cutter, he couldn't even fight a 50-year-old woman.
For real.
Exactly. Yeah. Look at her.
And it's like, I mean, this whole thing could have been avoided. She was like, look, man, I only want half. He was like, well, just call your boss. Talking about, he don't like interruptions. Now you're dead. Just you could have made a phone call, sent a text message. Resolve the situation. Let's not escalate things, okay? I don't know. I was just frustrated.
I agree with you. I feel like young gangsters. Man, I feel like sometimes we hear these things with drug deals. I'm like, it's just like a whole lot of bad decision making going on. It's just simply like, you know what? It's just like if you work at Best Buy and somebody asks you for a discount. I don't have the authority to do that. Let me just call my manager right quick. Let me get the okay, and then we can get this done because, I'm trying to get up out of here too. So you call your boss and he says yay or nay. If he says no, then you say, you know what? He said no. So I'm going to bounce and you two work that out later. You got his number,
exactly.
Yeah.
But he want to do it a box cutter thing.
They had to give Monet a body. Might as well have been him. Because he was young, but he definitely wasn't no gangster.
That wasn't even a good body, though.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
If they wanted to give her a body, they should have gave her that cop or somebody. That wasn't even a good body.
Yeah, man, that wasn't even worth it, man.
That was just terrible.
Because look, they did need to give her a body. Because I was starting to wonder, can she kill somebody? And even when she shot him the first time, I was thinking to myself, that was a little weak. Like maybe she didn't want to. But when she stood up and she went and stood over him, shot him in the head, I was like, oh yeah, this is a killer right here. But I'm with you, Larry. Give her a better bull to ride. That bull won't work. That was a baby bull. Why you give her a better bull to ride? My God. So
I want to know, is she ever going to be in a good mood?
That's what I was saying last night. I was like,
always have her salty. I just want to know, is she ever going to be in a good mood?
Larry, forget the mood. The acting is not great. I know y'all love Mary J, and maybe the role doesn't call for her to be an expansive actress. But I said last night, Meth MacLean has made me forget he's Method Man with his role, but I still think of this as Mary J. Blige because her role is so one-dimensional.
Yeah. I was talking to a friend, and there was always saying she always comes in the room cussing and screaming at somebody. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. You know, her acting is bad. Jabari's acting is a little bad too. I just had to throw that in there. But
but I'll tell you,
I will say this though. As far as the way people are in this show, as far as being one-dimensional, two-dimensional, whatever, Trace is extraordinarily resilient. Because I have to say, if I was kidnapped at gunpoint and then put out on the track with a whole bag full of dope and then I got my ass whooped, I'm not sure I'd be back up on campus the next couple of days throwing condoms out talking about sex week. You know? I think I might want a little bit of counseling.
Shout out to the Rainbow Coalition for throwing out these condoms with the stagnation on it, the stagflation on it. That Professor Meagram sent me to show on my show to let y'all know that we talk. She hear what y'all be saying. She hear what y'all be saying, and she want to give me proof to let y'all know. No, she don't want to hear that. So, fellas, I got one more point I want to cover from this past episode. Then I want to do a quick review of the trailer for the next episode. How do you all feel about them bringing Epiphany into the next episode that Cooper Saxe is going to try to put on the stand to talk a little bit of trash about Tasha and her empire? Now, we know Epiphany has sold drugs with Tariq. She used to work with Tasha. I'm not so sure she knows how deep the Ghost St. Patrick family went. But how do y'all feel about them bringing her on the stand? Like I was telling my wife last night, I would love them to bring her on the stand, call in off Uncle Clifford, and then he hires her to go work at the Pink. And then we finally got the Pink, we got
and then you have the crossover.
We got P-Valley crossing over on the same network. There you go.
Epiphany is the stripper dancer, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think Saxe is gonna accomplish anything with her. I mean, she's too knowledgeable of just the street game and how things work. I don't think she's gonna go up and spill the beans or just reveal any information that could hurt the St. Patrick's. So I don't know what he's gonna try to pull with her. I don't think it's gonna work, and I think he's digging himself into a deeper hole.
Okay.
Messing with people.
T-Streams. Yeah, I don't think that she would snitch, and it would be odd if they allowed her to, because Saxe is right. She's probably about the only one that could really do some damage to Tasha, especially by her getting dope from Tasha hand to hand. But I doubt that she actually say, yeah, she was giving me dope, blah, 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 because then it would definitely incriminate herself and bring her into some more trouble. So I would be interested in seeing what direction that they going in with her. I don't know. Maybe it's another avenue to throw a body off without getting the main people just yet. Who knows? But I don't think she's going to snitch.
So, Larry, before I give it to you, Dante Leaf says one way Saxe can put the squeeze on her is to threaten her by doing something to her child. And we know that is not beyond the authorities on this show to threaten people, because if y'all remember, they threatened Dre's kid last season. I'm sure Saxe will try to pull that with her. But here's the thing. I don't want y'all to forget this. Don't forget this. Saxe is not trying to win this case. He's trying to lose or get a mistrial. So he wants her to come up there to look like she can do something to save his bacon from Stephen Ott of the DNC. Having said that, Larry, what you think? What can Epiphany bring to the show when she's called by Saxe?
Well, I think that Saxe might put her on the stand, and he ends up in that same situation that he did with Pods, where he ends up having to actually really go through a thorough examination of her on the stand, and she ends up revealing something that he maybe didn't want her to reveal, and Tasha definitely doesn't want her to reveal. I think what's going to happen is that Saxe is going to realize how dangerous a game this is he's playing, because I think she's going to end up getting killed. I think she's going to get on the stand, say something, and Tasha's going to tell Tariq, you need to get her done. You need to have her taken care of and have her killed.
Okay. B. Avery, you got any follow-up on the Epiphany story?
No, I just don't even. I don't see the connection. I don't see what incentive she has to even show up. I don't get it. I mean, I can see Sax trying to get at her, and she's like, what the hell? No, get away from me. I don't know. I just don't.
Wait, I have an epiphany.
Oh God,
This guy.
What if Epiphany goes and sleeps with Sax?
Oh Lord.
And then Tasha can say, you're effing the witnesses. And then they just call the whole thing off and just call it a mistrial at that point, saying that there's been prosecutorial misconduct and just the whole thing gets tossed out.
Larry, haven't you learned?
That could happen. I just had an epiphany. And
Larry, haven't you learned? Sax does not sleep with human beings. He sleeps with blow-up dolls and jars of petroleum jelly. When you
Name Rebecca.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Goodness. Come on, man. You can't go that hard on Nancy.
Why do you think they call him Nancy? I mean, the fact that you call him Nancy is going hard enough. I mean,
man.
So, but fellas, I want us, before I get out of here, to take a quick look at the trailer for episode 8. And I want to break that down in about 10 minutes. So let's take a look at that, and then I'm going to talk about what's important. Here we go.
Somebody tried to kill me today, Ma.
You need to tell me everything that you've been up to right now.
Should I alert the authority?
No, it's not that kind of danger.
I can sell this drug dealing family. I gotta know, how does it end?
Look, I still feel like there's something that you're hiding.
You can't trust anybody, not with the truth.
You're seeing this whole thing wrong.
When I find you, you're dead.
Oh, snap.
So the theme of that trailer should have been hotels and gyms and who's trying to kill Tariq. So the first question I want to throw to you guys, take a look at this. Somebody is standing over Tariq trying to kill him. Apparently looks like a white dude with a hat on. Who do y'all think is trying to, I'm going to give each one of y'all one guess. Who is this standing over top of Tariq trying to kill him? B. Avery, you get the first crack.
I don't think it's a white dude, but if it is, I'm going to say Trace. If it's a black dude, I'm going to say Kane.
Okay. T Streams.
Dang. That's what. You know what? I don't even. I think it may be a scuffle, just a scuffle between him and Brayden. Okay. I can't put it. Do look, it do look like it's a white guy. It's either a white guy or Michael Myers. So
Larry,
I'm gonna say Brayden.
Okay, Larry, you give me your guess, Larry.
I think it's Lauren's boyfriend.
Hold on. I got to take the picture down. That's a good damn idea. That's a good one, but I don't think he that hard.
I'm trying to look at the picture like, huh?
Okay, I don't think
you get somebody who's not hard but's butthurt, and they'll do some things.
Like Jabari, for sure.
Yeah,
My best guess,
butthurt, they'll do something.
My best guesses would be Rico Suave right here, because he's done found out that secretly Monet is working with him. If not him, Tommy's on top of him, not to kill him, but to shake him up a little bit. Those are my guesses. Either Rico Suave or Tommy is my two guesses.
I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be. I feel like Tommy's gonna come in as Captain Save-A-Ho for Tariq.
Yeah,
or Tasha,
right?
Or Tasha. So if I had to guess, I put my money on Rico Suave. And there's one other thing that they showed in that trailer that they thought y'all didn't see that we just got to talk about. Did y'all notice how they tried to flash off fast past old stalker Jabari plagiarism?
Mm-hmm.
And he was stalking Tariq, but then they tried to flash through this. His ass is at a hotel. Look at that. Room 148 through 150 this way, 249 through 269 this way. And he's got his little phone out. He's got a paper out. Is he going to discover that the person that's really sleeping with his babe is old Eddie Winslow Bellamy?
I hope so.
Well, no, because I think I think they've been sleeping together at Professor Milgram's house. Because remember, they don't have a need to go to a hotel. They've been at her house.
Larry, there's always a need. You can find a need to go to a hotel if you want to get it in. Especially since y'all want to say my girl is Miss Lock and Key. All he got to do is ride by a hotel and shake some keys, and they going in the hotel. Since y'all got so many jokes,
I think he's gonna find out that. that Tariq is dealing drugs.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna find out that Tariq's doing some dirt, and I think those two are gonna end up having they're gonna be at a detente because he's gonna find out that Tariq's doing drugs, and Tariq's gonna find out that dude stole his book, and Tariq's gonna be like, "Look, nigga, this is the way it is. Either you keep my secret, or I don't keep yours."
okay.
You know?
I would love for it to go that way. I think that's the dream scenario. But at some point in time, look, Tariq gonna find out that he's Professor Plagiarism, stealing all his stuff. He's gonna find out. And it's a matter of how is Tariq going to manipulate him. And the last point I want you guys to take a look at. They spent a lot of time in the gym. They showed a clip of Zeke dunking. They showed Tariq there with the family. They showed Tariq standing up at the game, getting ready to leave. Then they showed Tariq completely gone. That's the whole Tejada family. That's Tariq's empty seat. Then they flash to a scene where we see Kane on the phone saying, "I'm going to come get you." And then they had a clip where Kane was shooting a gun in this same gym. Fellas, who is Kane shooting at? I think they want us to think Tariq, but it ain't Tariq.
Ramirez.
Ramirez. Okay. Larry, what you think?
Man, I don't know who it is, man. I don't think it's Ramirez. I just don't think that Kane's gonna go after a cop. I know he might be upset if he finds something out about his mom and him, but I don't think he'd go after a cop. I don't know who that's gonna be. I don't think he's going after Tariq though.
I don't either. I think they want us to think that. So it's kind of like who else is there for him to go after? Because Tariq is at the game with them for a brief stint. Then he's not. Then we see Kane and his. Is this the way gangsters dress nowadays? I just had to throw that out there. We see him
walking around with a romper on.
I'm telling you, what the hell, man?
Tie-dye romper.
And then a gold grill. Boy, I tell you, this new generation of gangsters. Who is he calling? Who the hell is he on the phone with? That's what I want to know. T-Streams, who could he be on the phone with?
Man, that's a hard one. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Trace.
The people are saying they think it's somebody from GTG. Possibly.
Yeah, it could be that GTG dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Because
GTG be thinking about snitching.
Right, exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. If GTG is thinking about snitching, Kane is going to be thinking about ditching, putting your ass in a ditch.
Well, you know, them GTG dudes might think that Kane snitched because Kane got out of that. I don't know about the other dudes if they got locked up, but Kane got in, he got locked up and got picked up, and then he was out within a couple of hours. So, I mean, that's usually what happens when somebody snitches. So they might think he snitched and they might be coming for him. So,
well, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot to look forward to in the next episode. Who's on top of Reek? Who is Kane talking about he's going to kill? Who is Professor Plagiarism stalking at a hotel? We can all wait to see. Before we get out of here, T-Streams, tell the people what you're working on and how they can follow you so that they can support your mobile Dave and Buster's on wheels.
Wait, before we do that, can I just ask one question about Tariq before we get off of that?
Go, Lord. Go ahead.
So this dude's writing 25-page papers for Zeke. He's writing his own papers and his own extra credit, and he's doing these study guides and running a drug business on campus. When does he have time to go to the barbershop? Dude's always got a fresh shave. When does he have time?
Hey, man.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
I'm going to tell you when he's got time. And we already done coined the phrase "reek bot," and me and Larry want our money too. If there's a shoe that comes out called the reek bot, me and Larry want our damn cut because we coined that phrase. Larry, haven't you seen how fast he sprint from class to class? That gives him enough time to get a haircut. He sprint from class to class to cut down on the time. So
this dude must be a master of time management.
He's a master.
That dude gets so much stuff done.
He's a master. He's a master manipulator, Larry. You know this. I mean, you know this. That's why he's always running. That's why he's running.
This dude goes to class at noon, meets up with somebody at 1 o'clock. Then they tell him at 2 o'clock when he goes to a professor's office hours, you need to give me an extra credit paper. Then he stops by Zeke's place and says, oh yeah, by the way, I have a 25-page paper due tonight at 5. Then he goes and follows homegirl to the courthouse and then does some other side deal. And then he just magically comes back and hands Zeke a paper. I'm like, when did he write this? This dude typing, does he have no skin left on his thumb and he's typing super fast on his cell phone on the trainer? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. When is he doing all this schoolwork? I mean, we've all been to college. I mean, none of us are dummies. You don't write 25-page papers in an hour. Not good ones anyway.
Hell no. Never.
No.
I don't know, man. You can't even write no thesis in an hour, let alone 25 pages. Hell no, I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When it comes to writing papers, I am what I would like to consider myself a master of BS. I could BS my way through a term paper, but 25 pages in like an hour? Come on, son. They need to work out this timeline with his schooling.
That's a lot.
Yeah. What you got going on for the people to look forward to? Because we might not see you again for 3 months, so I want them to know how they can keep up with a brother.
No, we good, man. We good. You can follow me over at my page. I'm over at T Streams and things. I'm also on Facebook as well, so you can check me out there. Man, Lamont, I be on the go so much. It's really hard to sit down, and I really, really appreciate these moments where I can just take a nice little breather and get away for a minute and sit down and chop it up with you.
Hey, we appreciate it, man. I mean, like I said, once COVID is over, me and the baby are going to be doing a Tesla tour. We're going to go from here to Larry, then we're going to Detroit, then we're going to Atlanta, then we're going to make our way to Texas. So, stay up with a brother. And my folk, B. Avery, who's down in Texas. Tell us what you got good going on in your channel. Be sure to subscribe to this man's channel. His reviews are as immaculate as he was on this show. Tell us what you got going on, my brother.
It's been a minute since I've actually done reviews, but you have your power recaps that I will continue to make. I'm gonna actually shoot my recap of this episode we talked as soon as we are done here. Got a couple of interviews coming up and just more movie reviews and me covering all the things that Disney announced this past week at their Investor Day. So subscribe to my channel, check all that out.
And finally, my big brother Larry, what you got going on in your channel? What can the people look forward to from you other than seeing you with me the rest of this week?
Man, I'm still doing the same thing, just reviewing stuff, trying to get as much work as I can get done before the holidays come through. Trying to decide if I should do another giveaway show or not. I still have plenty more products that I need to get up out of this house so I can make room for more. One of my boys, Jacoby, we were talking about maybe getting online and going live on my channel tomorrow just to talk about some tech stuff. So, if anybody's interested in that, come check us out. If anybody wants to come through and join in, welcome to as well. So, we're probably just going to nerd out talking about camera stuff. Both of us have been thinking about buying new cameras, and I know B. Avery just bought a new camera system and got a new setup for his situation over there. So we're going to be talking about basically what you went through, B. Avery, talking about deciding what cameras to get what microphones to get, your whole hookup, and basically all that. I know Lamont's talking about getting a new computer, and so we're gonna be chopping that up about what we need and what we're gonna get to actually get the job done that we all want to do and step it up a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I will be putting out, ladies and gentlemen, probably something about what I'm doing in the stock market this week. I did Tesla call. I did a Palantir call. I did a stamps.com call. And I'll try to put those on video so that you guys can continue to follow and get those life gains and investing in your futures and investing in today as well. So that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like it, comment, subscribe to everybody's channel. Please mask up. I know we've got our vaccine. I know the news media took advantage of a great moment today by putting a black registered nurse and a black ER doctor on TV, giving them the shot first. But that doesn't mean that we are out of the woods, ladies and gentlemen. You still need to wear a mask, social distance, and wash your hands. Everybody's not going to be able to get the vaccine. And even in the next 2 months, first responders are going to get it. People like my wife who are in the hospitals and doctor's offices are going to get it first. And we still have a lot of people who don't even believe in taking the vaccine. So be safe, protect your family, protect your fellow neighbors, mask up, wash your hands. And until Wednesday, next Sex is Hell video, we'll see you.
Peace.